All right. Yes, it is Magical Monday, and here we are. I'm going to be doing a live demo. Welcome to the show. I cannot see comments on this show, just an FYI. So if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, I will get to the comments afterwards. Or if it's a question, maybe Ramel can catch it and let me know. I need you mic'd up and on the screen, Ramel. All right. Okay, cool. Hi, Arnetta. Hi, Melissa. Awesome. Thank you for being here. I know it's a Monday, but you know, let's kick off our week right. So today I'm going to show you how I use my orange peel acrylic templates, and I've got some time-saving tips. I was going to say tricks. They're not tricks, they're tips, I think, in order to make these quilt blocks. And these are very fast. So if you need a moment of respite and go sew, you can make a block in under 5 minutes. And then the more blocks you make, you can sew them together along any edge. There's no right or wrong. It's so user-friendly. And pretty soon you'll have a quilt top.
It's so user-friendly, as in, no pun intended, so.
Where are you in the corner, Ramel? We want to see you. And can they hear you? Because you're making dad jokes at me. And we need everyone to hear. Okay, so this bundle is live on SoHungryHippie.com. It's called the Orange Peel Bundle. And in that listing, if you only need the orange peel acrylic template, you can buy that separately if you want. Otherwise, you'll get the Knorr charm packs like I'm using today and some background yardage. So I'll get into that in just a second. I sent a picture to some family this morning about how I should have opened a bookstore. So they're like, how about books and sewing? And I was like, yeah, you know. So I thought it would be fun to share with you what I'm reading for the week. And this week I'm reading Bright Young Women. If you've read this, let me know. So far, I'm completely intrigued, and I never want to stop reading, but you know, I have to go to sleep at some point. And I won't tell you what it is about, but it's really good and it's dark. So if you don't like darker subjects, don't get this because it's dark. Anywho, there we are. So I'm going to take you overhead. The materials that I'm using some Steam-A-Seam. This is all quilting cotton that I'm using today. I've cut out my background blocks. I'll go over measurements here in a second. And I've opened a charm pack for me. So far, I'm going to set these charm packs out of the way at the moment. Okay, here we go. Overhead camera. All right, so here's my sample block. The way I like to do orange peel quilts, I've done 2 full quilts so far. Oh, did I bring those back here? I have that rainbow one I could show. Anywho, what I like to do is fuse it onto the background fabric, and then I do a straight stitch around the orange peel. You can always do a decorative or a zigzag if you want to. The reason I do a straight stitch is because when I wash this, I like the edges to fray just a little bit. It adds texture, and I just super duper love it. As always, you do you. So this is a 10-inch square of Steam-A-Seam Light, which is in the bundle if you're buying the bundle. And the reason I chose to cut 10 inches is because then I can fit 4 charm packs, 4 charm pieces onto it. Give me just a second here. At first, I will just lay them down like this. And it doesn't have to be ultra precise, which you know I love, because when things have to be within a 1/16 of an inch, it drives me nuts. Okay, so here are these. Now I'm going to bring my ironing mat over here. As you know, I use the Ironmatic, and it protects my counter and cutting mat with its patented technology. Here we are. Now I'm going to press these squares to the sticky side of the steam-a-seam. This side is still paper. That's got the yellow grid on it. But these are adhering to the steam-a-seam. My iron is on full heat. I slide it a little, but for the most part, I pick it up. I don't want any edges to be curled back or anything. If it makes you feel better to flip it over and iron it from this side, you can. Whatever you want to do. You can iron it from both sides. All right, there's that. Now I'm going to move this. We have to let this cool down for a second before peeling it. So usually what I'll do is fuse like 10 blocks all at one time. Doesn't take that long. Okay, now we're going to go back overhead, and this is how I really save a lot of time. I fold it in half, and then I fold it again. And the reason this works is because the orange peel has plenty of room. You see? There's plenty of room here. I grab my 28 millimeter rotary cutter. Now you can draw if you feel better about drawing around the template rather than cutting. You can do that. I'm just doing what I do, okay? Now I'm going to turn it. I like to keep my cutting tool on the right side of my template because I'm right-handed for this. Here's all these. And now we've got 4 orange peels ready to fuse. Now we're going to take a backing fabric. I'm choosing this black because it'll make my orange peels pop. Bring back over the ironing mat.
Let me know if you need some, man.
Okay. Fold your square in half. Press. Fold it over again. Press. We're making quadrants for this block, okay? And this way your orange peels get lined up. Otherwise they might look all scattered and wild, which is also okay. And then what I'm going to do is when I place these, I want the middle to be the same for all of them. So I bring them right up into that crease, and I'll peel the backing off in a second. I just want to make sure that this is the way I want it first. Looks pretty good to me. This is not all white, by the way. On camera it looks that way, but there's white flowers and cobwebs, spider webs. Oh, sure. You don't have to worry about placement. Like the boo, I don't have to worry about placing it like this because on an orange peel quilt, the blocks can be turned every which way because these blocks are symmetrical. So that's why I say you can absolutely do this if you just need a few minutes of sewing, because you don't have to get in and concentrate super hard, you know? I love that. So here we go. Let's peel the paper off. Now, these are movable until you iron them, and then they are no longer movable. I want this to be lined up with that diagonal. I'm going to get in there and, yep, that looks good. Now this one. By the way, I don't remember if I said it, my background square is 10 inches, 10-inch square. And that's what allows these peels to fit really nicely. We want room on this outer edge because that's where we need seam allowance to sew the blocks together. I'll show you that after I get this one sewn down. Now take take a step back, make sure these are how you want them. And then I'm going to bring over my mat and fuse them down. Now here you definitely want to lift your iron.
Why is that?
Because if you press down and slide, you could move the orange peels, possibly, because they're not fused yet. So pick up the iron and press down, just like your home ec class teacher hopefully taught you. What?
I didn't have a home ec class.
I didn't either, actually. I was in orchestra and something else, and I didn't have room for home ec. So.
I was home by 12:30.
You were home by 12:30?
Yep.
Huh? What do you mean?
Back in the DR, home by 12:30.
For the whole day?
Yeah.
What?
We had homework. We had a lot of homework.
I can't believe you never told me that. That's like a half a day of school.
And I enjoyed it.
Okay, so now we're going to go to the sewing machine, and I will show you how I applique these. So, oops, I got to turn off that light. I'm just using my Gutermann thread like always, and a 3mm stitch like always, and I'm just easy peasy sewing around the edge. I get to the corner, I lift my foot, needle down, and turn. And I'm not pulling, I'm letting the feed dogs do all the work. One petal done. Now, the bigger seam allowance you take care from the edge will determine how much will fray up. So I'm close to the edge, but I don't sweat it. I just don't give myself really any parameters or rules other than do it all the same as much as possible. And one more petal. Okay, just a second. All right, pop the questions up there, Ramel. Did you make your shirt? This is a dress. No, I didn't make this. It's a dress. It goes all the way to the floor. Thank you. Do you use steam? No, I don't. I almost never use steam. It's very rare I use steam. Okay, so I am placing these blocks now right sides together, and I'm going to sew 1/4 inch all the way down to join them. And this is what I would do after I have, 10, 12, 20, 24 blocks made. I would just start putting them together. And that's how you have a quilt top in a day, really. Just take your action and do it. Oh, guess what? I'm out of bobbin thread.
Oh boy.
That whole thing was sewn without bobbin. Now, where did I put my bobbin thread? Where did I put it? Of course this happens. Do you see my basket? Ooh. I just had those two. Here, I think it's here. I have all my projects stacked on this bin. Oh, it's not in here. It's a white box or a clear box. Oh, here they are. They're hanging up. I buy these pre-filled bobbins. and it works for my Juki really well. And then I'm not spending tons of time winding bobbins.
Now for that quilt block that you're making,
Yes.
can you use it for a regular quilt or could you put it
Yes.
on a bag?
You can do whatever you want. I made 2 full-size quilts with this exact method. Yes, it softens up with sewing. You're 100% fine. You can also use it for the front of a bag. Whatever you want to do. Sky's the limit. You can put it in clothing. You can do it down the back of your robe or, whatever you want. Sky's the limit with sewing. Only you create the rules. How about that? I know probably somebody's like, why aren't you using steam? It's steam. Because I don't want to. My irons always break and die when I use steam, so I just don't use it very often. Maybe for curves, but not in this. I've never needed it with steam.
Plus the steam machine has steam in it, right? No?
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, I think this is good to go now. Let's make sure. Sometimes my first go after adding a new bobbin, I have to do it twice. Okay, here we go. We're good. Can you switch it to the sewing machine? They'll see, won't they? They'll see in a second. Okay, I'm gonna fold this and press that seam. Oops, I'm out of the picture here. I like to press my quilt block seams to one side. I'm not a fan of pressing them open. If I ever do that in one of my quilt patterns, I let you know if I press the seam open. But this one, no, to one side is good. So as you can see, it's really fast. All you have to do is sit down 5 minutes a day and make a block, and in 24 days, you'll have 24 blocks. Very easy. Is that in focus?
It is now.
Okay. Yay! So if I start doing this now, I know that I'll have a quilt by next Halloween. Right?
What?
Well, I'm sure a lot of people are like, ugh, it's almost Christmas. Why are you using these fabrics? Well, because I have them, and then I know that I'll have a Halloween quilt, a new one for next year. That Halloween quilt we took to Houston, I should have done this.
Oh, yeah.
Because we had the templates, People kept asking for a pattern on that one.
That's right.
So then these papers you can just throw away. Easy peasy. That was 18 minutes. What do we need? Do you need another demonstration? Are you good to go? Do you want to see me do a third block, or you got it?
I'm here to take questions. I'll pop them on the screen.
Okay, pop in the questions, because then we'll... Oh, I thought you said you had questions. Okay. How's everyone doing? I'm going to iron these blocks. So the background blocks are 10 inches square. Acrylic template for the quilting cotton for the charm packs. And then here's my steam-a-seam. I buy this big old row because we sell it in the store. And I'm just going to go overhead and show you. This is all I do. I measure out. I see that this grid line is 10 inches. I cut it right on the grid line. And then this way, also 10 inches. And then this I keep, this scrap, because what I'll do with this is layer it on one of the charm squares.
I want you to do one more.
One more? No problemo. I love some sewing. Being here, showing up for you guys, forces me to sew as well, which I have not been good at lately, taking time to sew.
You have a few questions.
Of course you can, yeah. All right. Did you say this was applique? Yes, Alicia, this is applique. This is one form of applique. This is like the easy method of applique. So a lot of people like this method. Some people use needle turning under the edge applique, which involves a lot of hand sewing. It's very pretty, but I'm not into it. It takes too long for me. Let me know what else you want to know about it. Welcome, by the way. This is how you get started, Alicia. You just do it. What's the name of that bundle again? It's called the Orange Peel Bundle, I believe. I just listed it. It's live. Can you find the link, Ramel? And link it in comments. What am I doing?
Here's another one.
Okay. Can you use the template to cut vinyl? Of course. Yes, the template works. I would love to see what you're going to make with that, Arnetta. You could cut vinyl out. You could do soft vinyl on your quilt. You remember my soft vinyl quilt, right?
What's the name of the product again?
Orange Peel Bundle. I am just working on selecting my fabrics for this block. I'm going to do this. So I press them down on one side of the steam seam. You popped it in the comments? Awesome. Thank you. Now we're going to iron it. You can do either side first, doesn't matter. You might have more success ironing from the paper side first, which you can slide the iron around. This side, I don't slide my iron. And it doesn't take long at all. This is on high heat, you know, hell's doorstep, all the way up. There we are. All right, now we're gonna remember what we do here. We fold, and it does not have to be absolute perfection. It will be fine. Just fold it, plenty of room. Here's my orange peel. Gonna take my little rotary cutter. I do one side because I'm going through 4 layers at a time. So there's one side. Then I turn it, make sure it stays in place. My little rotating mat would be super handy here. I don't know where I put that though. If you're new here, we moved our house and I'm still trying to find all my sewing supplies. It'll happen. And if you have any little pieces that didn't come off, just go back in and trim it up. Okay, got 4 orange peels. I can put this in the garbage. Or you can save those little pieces in case you want to do anything like eyes or whatever. What? All right. A long question. I have a question for your faux leather. What can I interface it with? I'm having a hard time finding Pellon 525. You can use anything. I have done, you definitely don't need 525. I just put that in the pattern for easy zipper cases because it's thinner and easier for people to sew than, let's say, foam. But I've used fusible fleece. I've used foam interfacing by Annie's. I've used Decoville Light. You can use any interfacing you want on any of my faux leathers or Moonglow vinyls, any kind of vinyl that's not see-through. Any interfacing will work, honestly. Okay. Do you have a pattern for that mini quilt pictured in the deep space vinyl? I don't even know what picture you're talking about.
I think it's in the picture for the product.
Can you find it? Is it my hypnotic quilt? I take so many photos, Misty. I can't remember. Can you?
You took the picture of that one right now. That's what shows in
The orange peel?
Yeah.
Oh, that's this. That's this one.
Yeah.
I'm showing you the pattern.
Yeah, do you have that?
Huh? I don't think that's what she's asking. If you have a picture, is it the circle, Misty? Is it a circle pattern? because that one I just kind of made up.
So she's asking if instead of fabric, you have it with the waistband.
I don't think that's what she's asking. You can make this block out of deep space vinyl, if that's the question. I think what she's asking is there must be a picture on my deep space product featuring a quilt block, and she wants to know the name of that pattern. And probably I just made it up, unless it's Hypnotic, because I do have quilt patterns for sale. One is Hypnotic, one is Stash Buster, one is HST Quilt and Tote, one is Old School Block of the Month. So I just press these down, and now I'm going to fuse them with my iron. Misty, just send me an email if you can, and I'll answer you, because I'm thinking that's what you're meaning. Let's go overhead, but I want to be sure I answer correctly. There's this, just fusing it down. Sometimes, Ramel, you and I interpret things completely opposite, too. You ever notice that?
Oh, I do.
Oh, do you?
Yes, I do. I think this one.
Let me see that. Oh, you know what, Misty? That one is a Drunkard's Path. So Drunkard's Path is very, very old. You can find a free pattern online probably. And that's just how I arranged the Drunkard's Path to make big, huge petals. And I forgot all about that. That's not what you said, Ramel. I said it's probably in the product photos. That is not what you said. You kept going on about this thing.
Oh.
It's a different block than orange petals.
It is.
Orange peel. So no, that's not what you said, Ramel.
Okay.
Huh?
You win for now.
I win for this time. I win. It's a rarity. I'm going to take it when I can. Okay, there's one. Do you think you could run and get that rainbow orange peel quilt that I made? It's in the warehouse by the tables that house the 3D printers. It's probably low down towards the floor.
Quilt?
It's a quilt top, and it's gray with rainbow orange peels. I want to show you guys how different this can look in different colors, different materials. I probably should have brought in my Ruby Star orange peel quilt from years ago. I did all pink, various shades of pink petals. It's really cool. And I let them fray up. I've washed that quilt a lot. So here is this petal. Now I'm going to lay it with the row that I'm making. I'm going to place this right sides together. You can pin if you want and just sew down this edge. So now I'll take it to the ironing surface and press that seam one direction. So on my rows, I try to press the seams on row 1, let's say all to the left, row 2, all to the right, because then when I go to sew the rows together, they interlock. The seams nest and interlock. So there it is so far. I love it. I'm going to have this done like by tomorrow. So there's that. The bundle, the orange peel bundle, has a VIP discount for a limited time. We don't usually put VIP discounts on bundles because you're already getting savings, but hey, let's do it this week. I also, oh, you know what? Where are those fabric bundles that I just cut? I also listed some new, here they are, some new Tula fabric bundles today, just this morning. So it's Tula Pink, Untamed, and Grunge. And this one is another Tula Pink and Grunge. I'll put these overhead. Hold on a second. I'm hearing you all. You want more fabric bundles, so here we go. So both of these are active and live.
Tula Untamed bundle?
Well, it's not Untamed, is not in the title. It's just Tula Pink bundle or 2-yard bundle, something like that. Okay. Yeah, there's 2 of them though. One has set in it and one does not have set in it because I had to differentiate them. So this one is live, this one is live. Awesome. All right. Any more questions? I feel so much happier after sewing that. It's magical. Sewing is magical. So take a few moments for you. I've already got some more orange peels to do. And hopefully you can show your quilt blocks on the makers group on Facebook if you're in there. Or post on social media and tag me. I will share your stuff. You just got to let people know where you saw the tutorial, please. And this will be up always. I'll put it on the blog as well with a direct link, okay? All right, few items of business. We will not be doing a matchup show this Wednesday. We're just taking 1 week off the matchup show, but I will have other spontaneous little sale things going on every single day this week. We will have a Friday show at 11 a.m. and we're opening the shop for this Saturday, 10 to 1, for Small Business Saturday or Shop Local Saturday, whatever it's called. I forget what it's called.
I just know that you're going to have coffee.
We're going to have coffee. Dodie brought in the urn that we now have a coffee urn. It's awesome. And we're going to have snacks like usual, and we're putting the Christmas tree up right now in the shop, and it is huge. So come on down if you're local, 10 to 1. And that's it. All right, take care of you. I will see you soon. Peace, love, sewing.